Building 500,000 homes annually within a decade, an ambitious target. Housing Minister. So Canada promised to build 500,000 homes a year. Spoiler alert, they can't. And the Housing Minister just admitted it. Out loud. In Parliament. Chef's kiss. Nothing says we've got this under control. Quite like confessing your main campaign promise is basically a fever dream. Am I right? Hey Canada Bulletin fam, welcome back. Today we're diving into the housing circus, plan, that's supposed to save Canadian homebuyers from living in their parents' basements until they're 45. Grab your popcorn because this gets messy. Let's rewind. Prime Minister Mark Carney rolled out his housing plan months ago with all the confidence of someone who's never actually tried to build a house. The promise? Double. Yes, double. Canada's residential construction rate to hit 500,000 homes per year. Sounds great, right? Finally, a solution to the housing crisis that's been making millennials and Gen Z consider moving into literal vans down by the river. But here's where it gets spicy. Fast forward to Monday, when Housing Minister Gregor Robertson, former Vancouver mayor, so he should know better, sat before the House of Commons Finance Committee and basically said, yeah, about that ambitious number, it's really, really ambitious. And by ambitious, he means not happening anytime soon. Robertson straight up told conservative finance critic Jasraj Singh Hallan that ramping up to 500,000 homes would not happen overnight. In fact, he called it a longer-term goal over a decade. Translation? We promised you the moon, but we're still figuring out how to build a rocket. Here's the kicker. At this point, we don't have the labor force to manufacture at that scale. Wait, what? You made a massive promise to double housing construction without checking if we have enough workers? That's like promising to cater a wedding for 500 people and then realizing you only have one oven and no chef. Bold strategy, Canada. Bold strategy. Let's talk actual numbers because math doesn't lie. Politicians do, but math doesn't. According to the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC for those who love acronyms, Canada hit 277,147 housing starts in September. That's actually up 4.1% over 6 months, which sounds decent until you realize Carney wants to nearly double that. Every single year for a decade. So we're currently at about 277,000, and the goal is 500,000. That's not a gentle increase. That's a construction revolution. That's asking someone who jogs twice a month to suddenly run ultramarathons. And it gets better. This magical 500,000 target is supposed to be achieved partly through a shiny new entity called Build Canada Homes, BCH, because we needed another acronym. This organization is meant to build affordable housing at scale for lower to middle-income Canadians. You know, the people who've been priced out of the market since approximately 2015. Oh, and remember Justin Trudeau? Yeah, he promised before the 2024 budget to unlock 3.87 million new homes by 2031. That included a minimum of 2 million net new homes on top of CMHC's forecast. So basically, the previous government made impossible promises, and the new government is making more impossible promises. It's like watching someone fail a test and then retake it with the same wrong answers. Here's my favorite part of this whole saga. When Conservative MP Singh Hallan asked Robertson the simplest question, when would be the first year Canada could build 500,000 homes? The minister couldn't give a clear answer. Not even a ballpark. Not even a probably. Sometime before 2035. Just vague optimism wrapped in political speak. Robertson said it's reasonable to believe it could happen within 10 years, but it would still be a challenge. He even admitted it's still very aggressive and ambitious to get to 500,000 over the next decade, but that's what we need to scale up to. So let me get this straight. You promised something, admitted you don't have the workers to do it, can't say when it'll actually happen, but it's definitely what we need to do. That's not a plan. That's a wish list sent to Santa. But wait, there's a silver lining. Sort of. Maybe. If you squint. The government's Affordability Bill, C-4, includes a temporary GST rebate for first-time homebuyers purchasing new builds. Sounds helpful, right? Here's the deal. Eliminate GST on new homes up to $1 million and reduce it for homes between $1 million and $1.5 million. This could save first-time buyers up to $50,000. Robertson claims this rebate would apply to about 47,000 newly built homes annually and deliver up to $3.9 billion in tax savings over 5 years. Okay, not terrible. Of course, there are restrictions. Because it's government policy and nothing can ever be simple. You must be at least 18, fair, a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, also fair, and you can't have lived in a primary residence owned by you, your spouse, or your common law partner. So if you've ever owned property with a partner, sorry, no rebate for you. Lost your house in the affordability crisis and trying to buy again? Tough luck. Young couple with a condo wanting to upgrade to a house? Nope. Senior wanting to downsize? Also nope. As Conservative MP Sandra Cobina pointed out, this rebate doesn't help a whole lot of Canadians who desperately need housing help. The Conservatives, never ones to miss an opportunity, suggested axing the federal sales tax on all new homes up to $1.3 million, saving up to $65,000, not just for first-time buyers. Is it a better plan? Maybe. Is it also probably impossible to fund? Also maybe. Welcome to politics, where everyone promises everything and delivers approximately nothing. And just when you thought we'd covered all the chaos, Bloc Québécois MP Jean-Denis Guérin asked the question everyone should have been asking from the start. What about infrastructure? Because here's the thing nobody wants to talk about. You can't just build hundreds of thousands of homes without roads, sewers, schools, hospitals, transit, and all the other stuff that makes a community livable. That requires massive infrastructure investment, and provinces are already cash-strapped. Robertson's response? We can't build new homes without the housing infrastructure. Brilliant observation, Minister. Then he basically said, ask the Finance Minister about money stuff and pass the buck. Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne is expected to table the budget on November 4th, so maybe, we'll get some actual answers then. Spoiler, we probably won't. Let's be real for a second. Canada has a legitimate housing crisis. Prices are insane. Rent is astronomical. Young people are genuinely struggling to find affordable places to live. So when the government makes big promises about fixing this mess, people desperately want to believe it. But promising to more than double construction output without having the workers, infrastructure, or clear timeline isn't a plan. It's political theater. It's telling people what they want to hear without showing them how you'll actually do it. Robertson admitted, we don't have the labor force. We don't have the manufacturing